Julie, you coming out? Watch out for hawks, Shelby. You too, Miss Iris. Shelby has no fear. This hawk's screaming and she don't care. Lordy. She looks behind her like, wait a minute, is anybody else coming out here with me? So funny. Phoebe! Look at there, Miss Phoebe. There's Miss Phoebe. Look at Julie. Miss Dead on her feet. She is the walking dead, that girl. If you picked her up, you would feel like you were picking up a puff of air. She really is completely, she's skin and bones. But boy, she is gonna go out. She's gonna do the thing out here. She's gonna go ahead and, well, come on, girls. Come on, Raina. Come on, Layla. Raina, hi, Raina. Hi, Raina. Hey, pretty girl. I love that blue beard you got. Okay. I thought it was supposed to be sunny today. I don't think it's going to be so sunny. Huh. Oh my goodness. I got to finish cutting this grass. We got to finish cutting this grass out here. Boy, who's been digging out here? Something's been digging right here. Huh. That's not chickens digging. Wonder what was digging there. And something over there too. Could be the deer. I watch them paw the ground sometimes. Over there. Yep. In fact, there's a deer print, I do believe, and it's hard to see because of the angle here. Yeah, this right there. Heart-shaped. Yeah. Vaguely heart-shaped. Whoever it was digging and moving. Not just standing. These piles of fencing where we took down the gardens have really been a great thing for predator safety. They love going in and out of the rolls of fencing in here. I mean, they use that a lot. In fact, I'll find them out here hanging out underneath there if there's a lot of crow activity, which usually means there's a hawk around. There's a hawk that lives over in those trees over there. I always see him fly out of it or fly from the ground in the what I call the meadow out here up to it. And he's big. And the only large hawk of that size around here is a red tail, but this does not have red tail coloring. This looks like it's buff and white. It could be what they call that leucistic red tail, where they don't have the proper coloring patterns. It's like faded out. And that's the only thing I can think of, because nothing I know of anywhere in this entire southern area is that size and that color at the same time. So, red tail is the largest hawk we have around here. We have Cooper's hawks and sharp-shinned hawks, and I don't know what we have. Peregrine falcons, because I've seen one chasing a bird through the trees one time. A little bitty falcon, little bitty thing. Little bitty one. It's so cute to watch them, but they're just as dangerous as a big one. They just can't take as larger prey. They love eating the seed heads off the grass. Juliet lives for it. In fact, she eats this stuff much better than she does food inside the barn. And look at her picking them up. Look at her picking up out there. She's going to keep on doing her chicken things until she literally chickens out of this world, just drops over. See, the thing is, a lot of these issues that these hens have are hormonal and genetic. And if these hens are healthy, really healthy, other than these genetic malfunctions or hormonal, whatever you want to call them, glitches, breakdowns, I don't know what you want to call them. If they're healthy other than that, they can hang on a long time. And they will literally walk until there's not an ounce of meat left on their bodies. And Juliet's real close to that right now. Even though you watch her, people watching her couldn't really tell. Unless you saw her energetic self before that something's wrong with her. And there's definitely something wrong with her for the second time, which is weird. That's pretty tough. That's a tough hen to come back from the brink once and look like she's going to live and then go back downhill. I can't see her coming out of it a second time. That's just the way it happens with hens. Hens are the only animal chicken hens are the only animal that can get spontaneous ovarian tumors just like human women. And they study chicken hens for that reason. It's strange that that would happen since, you know, chickens are egg layers and humans are mammals. But it's interesting, very interesting, and most people don't know that. And that is why you have so many hens who are, you know, kind of questionable genetics, that, you know, the insufficiencies in their bodies take over, and it's innate insufficiency. I mean, they produce an egg, a full egg with a potential chick in it most days in their younger lives. And that's a lot of stress. It's like having a baby every day. I mean, we couldn't do that. We wouldn't want to do that. So that tells you why they have so many reproductive malfunctions. It's genetic based, it's hormone based. They can have the most stellar care on earth. And they have pretty good care here, let me tell you. If you know me, if you've seen me over the years, you know these chickens have it really good. I buy some quite expensive food, although all of it's expensive now. Even just if you just feed them corn, which you really shouldn't do, even that is very expensive. But all that management and the good health that you support for them doesn't fix bad genetics. So that's what's happening here. And I've seen it too many times. I see it so much more in hatchery stock than I do in good breeder quality stock. I mean, I can't tell you. I mean, I must have lost 16, by this time about 16, 17 hens to reproductive malfunctions. And, you know, there's several of those that happen. And I'm not even talking about egg binding. I'm not talking about egg binding. I haven't lost any to egg binding. Egg binding is when the eggs actually get stuck. Either they're malformed, they're too big, or they're at a bad position and they can't be pushed out of the oviduct. And sometimes they'll drop into the abdomen instead. And I know it's like, how do you do that? Well, you'll have to look that up yourself. And they just, that's egg binding. And egg binding, sometimes you can fix that. Literally, you have to get yourself gloved up. Get you some latex gloves or, you know, nitrile gloves. And drip some of that KY lubricant gel liquid into the cloaca, and they automatically, their body sucks that in, just like a rooster is breathing them. And then, you know, then you just have to reach in there and kind of try to ease your finger around, find the egg in the oviduct and try to ease your finger around it and see if you can ease it out. And that's what you do for egg binding. Now, I've had to do that before, but I've never lost a hen to that. I've only had egg binding really in one chicken all these years. I've had everything else in the world. But yeah, they go through a lot to lay that egg. I say every day, but they don't lay every day. Most of them don't. Maybe in their younger years, but they lay egg every 24 hours, you know, technically. And when they're really young, if they're good layers, some genetically. Whoa, what did you get, Shelby? Did you get a bug? Oh, good job, girl. She reached in that tall grass around the compost pile and she got her something to eat. This is why they're out here. Hey, Magnus, are you the leader of this motley crew? Huh? Hey, Magnus. I had to cut Magnus's spurs. They were so long they're about to come back and go into his leg. I had to cut Gunner's too. Yeah, I'm glad I can let him do this. And there's Iris. Iris is 3 years old. And Wren over there is part of Dove's group, Dove and Phoebe. She's hatched with Dove and Phoebe. So she's about 2 years old. And, of course, Juliet's and the rest of my original Dirty Dozen plus one are, whoever's left is 4.5. Yep. Beautiful day. It is cool out here too. Ooh, it is really cool. And there comes poor little Forrest. I didn't think he'd live this long. Because you figure with deformities in his joints, you figure he might have deformities elsewhere. But he just keeps going. He's got some real heart, that boy. But yeah, this is kind of, somebody's missing from here. I think either cricket. I can't. Oh, is this cricket or dove? I can't. I just watch her run. Yeah, I think that's dove. I think cricket's on the nest. She's not out here. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You know, number 13 is still in the barn, probably on the nest. Lay that egg, girl. Yeah. This is a beautiful day. This is my favorite. These are my favorite temps of all, when it's in the 70s in the day and, you know, around 50 degrees at night. It makes for comfortable temps all around the clock. Look at Juliet work that grass. Look at her work that grass. Yeah. This is why I hate not letting them out, because Juliet eats most of her food out here, and she gets the bugs and everything else, and you know, it's better than her staying in there and just eating layer pellets all day. But she wouldn't even eat in there. She'd just sit there and not eat. Yep, there you go. I love watching chickens on a bed of green grass, free ranging and getting natural foods. Don't you? And it's so quiet out here. I hear roosters crowing in the distance, and I hear crickets in the woods. It's really quiet right now, though. I love the quiet. That's why I live here. I love the quiet. It's not always quiet. There's farm equipment and generators and chainsaws and gunfire, and every once in a while somebody who doesn't care about their neighbors and plays really, really loud music, and usually it's the kind I don't like. But this is generally what you hear. My rooster's crowing, their rooster crowing down the road. Them living a natural life out here. That's what I love. Well, that's enough for the report on the Dirty Dozen +1. And now we've added a bunch, and you know, there's 2 different groups beyond the originals in this group, and we've lost so many out of this group already that they're back to the Dirty Dozen +1. There's 13 of them. Isn't that funny? Baker's dozen. Well, that's the report on the Dirty Dozen.